going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's been interesting. It's been interesting these few last weeks. It's been exciting as well. So by the time you guys see this video, you guys have, hopefully I've been doing pretty good trying to catch up on videos and getting them out faster. So I'm trying my best. Stick with me. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. So the last video you should have seen was I was doing pretty damn good in the first PSCA race. You saw we ran into a few issues. We were able to gather up that other turbo from a buddy. Thanks, Buckley. If you watch this video, appreciate you, dude. Came through. Can't believe we actually found somewhat of a bolt-on turbo and kept us in the race. So the rain postponed it. It's coming up this next weekend. So we got to finish up the race from last week, or yeah, 2 weeks ago. We got to finish up race 1 while we're qualifying for race 2. So it's going to be a little weird. So we get our first qualifying pass on Friday for race 2. Then our second qualifying pass is going to be the semifinals for race 1. And then our third qualifying pass would technically be the finals for race 1. So hopefully we're in the finals for race 1, making good qualifying passes for race 2. So with that being said, we're doing a few things on the car though. This is the turbo that was we picked up from Buckley. Said did great. Ran a PB on it, 9.3 at 100 and got the time slip right here. Like 9.3 at 149. 60 foot could use a lot of improvement. The whole pass can use a lot of improvement, but we're making great improvement as far as getting the driving down on this car, getting the tuning down, just getting more familiar with it. Let me get better with holding the camera. So I'm stoked. I was stoked, as you guys see in the video. I couldn't stop saying the S word. It was just on repeat. So happy. Words can't explain the feelings you get, you guys, when you hit those numbers. When you're into drag racing, cars, any of that stuff, making rips down the pass, it's just so satisfying to have the feeling. It's so surreal. But anyways, this guy, let me see here. We pulled this thing off the car just to inspect it. Let's see if I can one-hand it. No, two-hand it. There we go. Okay, she's coming off. Oh, this is what we're working with here. It's not in the bestest of shapest. So after talking to the buddies, doing some research, we just kind of figured out that this is just damage from overspinning the turbo, too much back pressure on the turbo, kind of overheating the turbo. Not really so much overheating it, but just doing too much overspinning it, too much back pressure. So started scrambling to try to find another turbo. I was getting ready to pull the trigger on an eBay one, Pulsar, just to get us through this next weekend, because I did place an order for a big boy turbo, but they're 5 to 6 weeks out. So we got us a Precision 7685 next gen on the way, but it won't be here till like the middle of July. So, which hopefully we'll have that on by race 3. But if you guys follow my channel, you guys may kind of be up to date on the other buddies that I race with, specifically the PFC guys. Max debuted his new car at race 1, and he had some issues. They were battling transmission issues all weekend. They took the car back to Morgan's house, got the tranny fixed. The next day he came out, the first qualifying pass he made, he ended up 1-2-1ing the car. So I was just actually over there yesterday with him, kind of getting the engine and stuff out, going through the damage, and it's a complete loss on the car. But fortunately, the turbo he had on his car somehow did not take damage. Somehow everything that broke on his car did not take damage. So this right here is a loaner turbo to get us through next weekend. This is a Precision next gen 7385. It's like a 73.9 is what it's measured at, but I mean it's considered a 73 or 74. Now I'm confusing myself. It's actually a 74. Sorry, 73.9 to 74. So this is going to be the turbo that we're going to be running this next weekend. This guy, he's got a 1.28 AR. This thing is going to move some air, so I definitely turned down the boost controller for this. So I got the duty cycle all the way at 0. So, but with the issue that we had on that turbo, I'm going to eliminate it with running this. This thing's obviously going to flow a lot more air, so we're not really going to have too much back pressure issues. But One thing that I don't have on this car, which I'm getting ready to do today, and that's why I'm filming this video, is we are going to put EMAP sensor on it. Exhaust manifold pressure, back pressure, whatever you guys want to call it EMAP, back pressure gauge. So right now we just got this in here to test fit it, so that way I can drill, tap, weld in the bungs on the manifold, so that way I can run the tubing over to the dampening canister and get the pressure gauge and all that stuff wired in. So that's what this video is about. I know I've been ranting on a little bit on the intro here, but just getting you guys up to date. So that's the plan for today. That's what the video is going to be about. We're going to do some drilling, some welding, some modifying, and kind of building up some stuff, getting ready for this next weekend. So with this turbo, you know, the guys, Morgan has gone 8s with it. So this thing's got possibility and the capability of putting me into the 8s. It's just a matter of me getting the tune right and me getting the driving right. So anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling on. Thank you guys for watching, and let's kick on these time lapses. So I should have back purged the whole manifold, but man, these things were pretty quick. But hey, we got them done. Not too bad for not welding stainless for, I can't remember the last time I welded some stainless. So got the bungs on there. I'm gonna get the carbide bit, get the inside of the manifold. It's kind of dark in there. Get that cleaned up, and then we'll let this cool down. Gotta do something to the valve cover, and then should be able to slap this on and kind of start reassembling some things. Still waiting on some parts. It's coming tomorrow. Finish up this whole ordeal, but we should be able to get to the point where I'm just waiting on those parts and slap them on. We are in the zone, kind of spaced out on the time lapses, but not much has gotten done since you guys seen the time lapse of me finishing up welding up the tatas on the exhaust manifold. So we got the turbine housing mounted. I made sure to clean this out very well because the motor, Max's motor, shot a lot of stuff out, and I'm glad I did, because when I blew it out, this little chunk, what the hell, where did I just put it? Oh, right here. This little chunk, if I'm not going to say it, if anyone got any guesses on what that could be. I was going to focus? No. I know what it is, but if anyone's got any guesses, put it in the comments down below. But that piece was shown in the turbine housing. So if that would have went through, it would have done some serious damage to this thing. So I mean, it's got a little bit of damage, but we're running it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to get an 8 on this turbo, I have a feeling. So shoot, left my battery on. So yeah, that's what we're up to now. Just getting ready to slap the oil return line from this turbo onto here, which we just picked up. The flange, it's got the O-ring inside, so that way we don't have to mess with the damn gaskets, you know. Highly recommend it, because changing gaskets sucks. That O-ring, you ain't gotta worry about sealant, none of that stuff. It seals up tight. So I'll swap this line right here over to this real quick. We can slap the cartridge in and continue just kind of assemble on this thing. Just kind of taking my time, make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm not trying to get in a rush, and just make sure it all goes good. So, all right. So as I was editing this video, you guys just got done watching, I realized I don't know what happened to the outro or the rest of the footage from it, but we ended up getting the EMAP sensor and all that stuff plugged in. And once you guys watch the next video, which is going to be PSCA Day 2, or not Day 2, Race 2, you'll see we got some good data. The EMAP sensor was working like it was supposed to. That turbo that I borrowed from Max, man, that thing was making some boost, and we had barely any back pressure. So the sensor worked. Now, you know, I have the ability to monitor that aspect of the engine. But anyways, just making this outro for that video. Sorry, it just kind of like stopped suddenly. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and you know, catch you guys on the next one.